Good afternoon, Entropians. Julian McBain here, and as you can see, we have finally made it to Arkadia. That's right. I bit the bullet, and okay, maybe I didn't bite the bullet. So here's what happened. Last night, I'm watching the stream of a Twitch streamer. She goes by Alternative Skills. Her name in game is Arkadia, and someone else in the chat, they had been talking about good places to sweat, good places to hunt, the oil rigs, and she recommended that the other player come to Arkadia, because she plays primarily here, in order to do the oil rig and maybe do some fruit walking, because fruit walking on Arkadia is supposed to be a lot better than, say, on Calypso, where fruit tends to be far and few in between. So, seeing that in the stream, I thought, what the hell, I'll offer to ferry this person across space. And so I did. Figures. And I get here to Arkadia, and at that point I decided, you know what, I'm too tired, I'm just going to go to bed. And so, after I got up this morning, I got back into Entropia, as I do on the weekends. And I'm like, you know what? I'm finally on Arkadia. I should do all of the missions. Like I said I was going to, 2 months ago before I went to Cyrene? So, and I had heard that you needed a passport and you needed sweat for it. Vibrant sweat. And I knew it was 10,000, but I wasn't sure how that worked. Like, do you have to do a quest chain beforehand? How would this look? What would I do? So I ran to the starter zone where you do all that, and that is actually right here, just above where you see my marker. There is a newbie registration or welcome to Arkadia area. It's in an underground hangar. It's actually very well done. It's on a really nice mountain path when you go in. I flew in, but I walked the whole trail out. And it's really pretty. They did a really good job, and as you can see, I mean, the graphics between here and Cyrene, and I'm not digging on Cyrene. I love Cyrene. It's just so much better because it was made much later. In fact, I think Cyrene was made for the original engine that Entropia Universe was on back when it was Project Entropia, but this one was made for CryEngine, and you can tell how much better defined the graphics are. So, it kind of put me in a quandary, because I want to do the missions, the storyline missions, like I said I would. And from what I understand, it's a really well put together story. No. But it means I either have to spend like 14 or 15 ped on sweat just to give it to the guy in the terminal, or I have to come out here and get it myself. So, in the end, what's probably going to be happening is I'm probably going to do a combination of the two, but really I'm frankly a little cheap to buy Vibrant Sweat. And I know it's good for the non-depots, which is why I'm tempted to buy some of it. In fact, I probably will buy some of it. But at the same time, the evade skills you get for doing this are really important. And I would encourage everyone to do some sweating, even though it's probably the dullest thing you can do in Entropia Universe, if only to get those evade skills. And I mean, as you can see, this guy's a level 3 and he's doing damage. I am not wearing armor. I did like 2 of these guys in my ghost armor, and I realized I was just like burning decay for no reason. So, but anyway, check out Alternative Skills on Twitch. She doesn't do commentary, but she's very active in the Twitch chat. She plays music. And I have to say, her taste in music is pretty good. At least in my opinion. Very varied. There's a lot of, there's American music, there's a lot of European music from different countries, so check her out. I don't know what her regular stream times are, if she has a regular stream time, but definitely give her a shout out. So, something that was on Lore Spade's stream last night, YouTube stream, has been rolling around in my head all day long. And make sure you go watch that, because this may or may not make sense if you don't have the back piece of it, the basis of it. But we as players have a vested interest in supporting and promoting Entropia Universe and getting more players in the game. Because without those players, the economy will only stagnate. And this is the way it works in real life too. But without those players, without that support, you know, people depositing, people providing the sweat, we need to have those people at least try Entropia. And it's great if they stick with it. That's the goal. And I really wish this... Someone tell me something. I'm going to interrupt myself here. Someone tell me something. Leave it in the comments. When you're sweating, when you're actively sweating, do you lose evade point? Is there like an evade penalty for when you're actually drawing the sweat out? Because 9 times out of 10, if I get hit by a mob, it's when I'm actually sweating. Not when I'm like doing the bad attempts here, but when the green shit starts coming out, that's almost guaranteed. That's when they're going to hit me. If anyone knows, please drop a comment down below and let me know, because I would love to know. But anyway, it is important that we do things to make this game, because there's a lot of player opportunity here. We can do all kinds of things. We can hunt, we can't fish. That would be awesome though. We can't fish, but you can fruit walk, you can sweat, you can mine, right? You can do all you can cut down trees, for crying out loud. You can buy an apartment and furnish it. But it takes players to make this platform worth it. And we've got about 1.1 million, I think, is the current active player base. And unlike other games like WoW, Final Fantasy, I think RuneScape's is like this, and it's all one server. The more players we have, the more opportunity. Well, this isn't one server, it's broken up across, but we're all in the same... It's not like there's extra iterations of it. There aren't multiple universes like there is in WoW where you can't do cross-server stuff. Instead, the map is broken up by server instead. But could you imagine if we were to double those numbers? The amount of stuff that would be on the auction house. What if we were to spread them around other planets and introduce more stuff? And yeah, the planet partners really are responsible for a good chunk of this, but EU has an event system. We could make it interesting. In fact, I was watching Zenexian, and one of his videos is a player-created event where they gave a whole bunch of newbies the skill deck Lancehead, you know, starter zone rocket launchers, and explosive projectiles, and had them go to town on level 3. What the hell are the Outriders? The Argonauts. The Argonauts between Camp Icarus and Port Atlantis. And it was friggin' hilarious watching all of these explosions. There was so much smoke, it created a haze. And it was just hilarious. And this is the type of thing we need to do. We need to have something to draw the newbies, gives the newbies something to do. Because a lot of the events are not designed for newbies. Like, I thought that the Snarksnot event would be a newbie event. But realistically, it's definitely not. They're level 10. They do, I think it's... I was told it was acid damage. Or at least part of it's acid damage, because I tried it without armor on, and they were doing twice as much damage to me. So it's... Jesus Christ! Did I suddenly like lose all my evade there for a second? It was just like bam, 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 bam. But it's definitely not a newbie event. It's a newer person event. I've got, How many skill points do I have now? 38,000. I mean, I've got just under 38,000 skill points. It only took me about 10 months to get here. Now, I play a lot. I depot. I probably depot more than a lot of people can. Because, frankly, it's coming out of a fund that used to be for me to go on long trips that right now I don't have the time to take. So... you know, it could take a year or two before an event like that is something a player can do. And that can be very discouraging. So maybe we as players, and I want to come up with an event, I've got to do more research on how to do it. Because I know that if you use the event system, there are controls in place to make sure no one cheats, or at least to try to reduce the amount of cheating that's possible, including the person throwing the event. At least that's what I'm given to understand. Oh, for crying out loud. And these things are tameable. I will never own one of you. Jeez, I'm crow. This is the second time I've had to heal with this guy. He's only got 2 sweat left. I learned that these guys carry 20 sweat. I'm given to understand that a mob has as much vibrant sweat that you can extract, equivalent to the number of hit points they have. And I've never tallied the math. Like, I would have to pull out my weapon, hit it, write it down, hit it, write it down, hit it. I'm not going to do that. I'm too freaking lazy. But, oh, I lost my train of thought there. But, I mean, he has 2 vibrant sweat, and he's just constantly hitting me. Where are my evade points? I have evade. I have a lot of evade. Yeah, that didn't sound too convincing, did it? Defense. I have 1,300 evade points. Why the hell is this guy hitting me every single time? Yeah, see? See? Just like that. As soon as I started, he hits me. 1, really? Oh my god. Like, this guy better be a global or some shit, because if he drops, like, a peck worth of shrap after this, I'm gonna be mad. I mean, on the plus side, I'm getting plenty of skill points from it, but this is ridiculous. The last time I had this much trouble off of a level 3, it was a berry clit, and I was actually trying to kill it. Thank you. Just double check. Yes. Evade. $24 pack. Wait, is there a second one? Oh! Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense now! I feel dumb. I do, and I totally deserve it. No wonder that was so hard. It's like, why is he hitting me so fast? Well, he wasn't. There's a second one behind me. Oh, by the way, I am now active on Twitter. I would say, again, I was active on Twitter probably 5-6 years ago. Occasionally I'd pop back in and make 1 or 2 tweets and go away, but I am going to make an effort to increase the amount of content I can release, even though I can't necessarily do more than the 4 videos a week that I'm doing now. I am going to start doing regular tweets, I think, so please follow me on Twitter. It's at Julian McBain. Pretty easy. And the picture I had on my YouTube prior, the picture of me in a suit, is what my Twitter photo will look like. I might switch to the same thing I have on YouTube, just so that y'all know it's me, but, I mean, there's only one Julian McBain, right? Leastways, I hope there is. So this video does serve a second purpose, and I try to do as many videos as I can for newer players. They're not all for newer players. Obviously, I did the controlled cost hunts out on Cyrene. Those were definitely to my level. I've done lower level controlled cost hunts where I just burn through a single iteration of this sword. That's perfectly fine. But let's look at swunting for a second here. And I'm sure there are a lot of you who have already left, and I understand why, and I'm sorry to see it, but this is an important part of EU. It really is, and it's not just because of like the Arkadia passport or something like that. This is how non-depot make their money. And I don't know how long I've been recording so far, probably about, well, you know what, I can check here as soon as this guy's done. Which should be right now with any luck. You bastard. This is probably the most tedious job in the game. Except maybe taxiing people. And even then, because you can be shot down, I wouldn't say it's tedious so much as there's usually a long gap between when you could get killed and when you won't get killed. This is probably the most tedious job in the game. But it's an important one for two reasons. One, again, it's one of the things that someone can do if they don't want a depot. And there are players out there that want to play this game, and we should be supporting these players playing this game, even though I'm out here doing it myself, I know. Because the Vibrant Sweat, and there's another reason I'm doing it myself rather than buying it off the sweaters for this time around. I'll get into that in a second. They provide an important service because those players give the Vibrant Sweat for the crafting things that require Vibrant Sweat, of which there are several. I was surprised. And Mind Essence, because Vibrant Sweat is a key ingredient in Mind Essence. The other being Force Nexus, something that I tended to mine quite a bit of on Calypso. And I might start doing some mining videos again. I really enjoy mining. I've been, because on Cyrene there's no market, which is unfortunate, but there isn't. And the whole don't fly through space with loot. Don't fly through space with loot. Like, I actually considered smuggling some paint cans from Cyrene back to Calypso. And the one time, I had been through space 4 or 5 times, never saw a pirate because they were all over the Arkadia moon. So I get up there and there's a frigate with a red arrow over it. I'm like, oh shit. So I quickly spun around. They didn't open fire on me. I don't know that I had rendered on their screens by the time I had figured out that there was a pirate, because I didn't even wait for the ship to render. I saw the arrow, I quickly pulled a UE and went back down on the planet, but when I came back into space, I saw that it was a larger ship. And figuring they were going to shoot me down, we ended up playing a game of chicken, where we both sat there with our guns trained on each other until their warp drives charged up and they left. I knew for a fact that if I engaged them, I was pretty much pulp in space. But I didn't open fire, they didn't open fire. It ended up being all good in the end. But if I had all those paint cans on me, whoever had shot me down would have gotten those paint cans, and I would have been out, 5-6 ped. That would have sucked. Paint sells for good markup. Like, no joke, it sells for good markup. And I know there are going to be people out there like, oh my god, why are you healing? Yeah, yes, I know, I'm not being super eco. It's fine, I'm doing it on purpose. I need to grind out some more of my healing skills too, so this is just a good opportunity. Evade, healing, that's the main reason I'm out here doing this by hand instead of buying it off a sweater. Because if I can grind out, because as you can see I'm not wearing any armor, right? Well, I think I've got the face mask. I've got the face mask on, but that's not a big deal. Come on. Thank you. If I can grind out some evade skills, it's just going to make my life easier. I'm going to use less decay on my armor. And I'm not the type to chip in. I would rather do it the old-fashioned way, even if it means sitting out here swunting for, you know, an hour. Oh, I forgot to check how long we've been streaming. That's fine. Not streaming, recording. That's fine. Hang on, guys. I think I just got a message. No, okay. Thought I got a message. That's okay. So really, as you can see, I've been out here, well, the length of the video. I gained about 2 points in Sweat Gatherer. What other skills do we have? Concentration, we've almost gained a full point in that. I'm even, oh, because I'm still hitting them with the sword after, we're still getting our melee damage skills, we're still getting a little bit of long blade skills. It's slower because we're doing it at a lower level, right? But think about how little ped I have spent in this video. My Laconian sword was full charge. You know what? I don't think I was at full because I don't think I reset after I logged in. So there might have been some of this, like the skills are roughly there. I think I killed 1 or 2 of these guys before I started recording. Not because I needed to experiment. I had already done some of that this morning, but because I wasn't sure if I was going to go looking for a mob for a controlled ped hunt today, or if I was going to do the swunting one. Because I needed to do a sweating. Is there a second one on me? Yes. Let's back up a little bit. I was wondering. I don't want to have to kill this guy without getting the full complement of 20 sweat, though. 1, I can't stand it when it's not an even number. But more importantly, it feels like a waste. So we'll try to do it, but if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But the reason that I think it's important to have at least like one video of me sweating is to, 1, show that yes, I'm not above doing it. And 2, because, I mean, how many newbies really know what sweating would consist of? And honestly, here's how I would do it. Now, my home planet's Calypso. And so I did a lot of my early sweating up at Half Moon Cove. I didn't go to Boreas right off. I didn't even know where it was. I ended up catching a ride with someone at some point. They gave me a flight out to Boreas, which was really nice of them. Oh god, this guy's gonna aggro. Back up, back up, back up. If I've got 3 of them on me, I'm going to have to kill 1 of them. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the one that I haven't gotten any... Well, no. Oh, no, 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 no. You are... I know you're not going to aggro on me. Back there, they kind of look like partridges or chickens or something. Turkeys. They look like turkeys. Nope, here he comes. Great. Well, you're dying. I tried to warn you. What a waste of vibrant sweat. I need to remember not to go that deep. At least the spawning area of mobs on Arkadia is much more similar to Calypso than it is. That had to be my biggest complaint about Cyrene, is that you could never tell where the spawning range of something was, and you'd think you were on the edge of their zone, and then they'd spawn behind you. or they'd like run on these long distances at weird angles. Which, I mean, at the same time, it made it more challenging, so that I'm not complaining per se. But at the same time, there are times you just kind of want to be able to go out, accomplish what your objective for the day is, which in this case for me is to get 10,000 sweat. I'm not going to do it all in one day, obviously, but... and then go back. Look at the texture on this mob. I mean, just the amount of technological advance we made in the life of Entropia universe, which is now 15 years old. We are in the 15th Entropian New Year. Go get your Fen tokens. Did I leave my Fen token? Oh, I think I left my Fen tokens on Calypso. Wait, did I? Oh no. Maybe they are lootable. Because most of the time, if it's lootable, it'll say it's lootable in PvP. Yeah, right here. Warning, this item is dropped in PvP areas. Fen tokens did not say that, so I really hope that I left mine on Calypso. I think I did, but I'm not positive. And now I'm concerned. I'll have to look. I might have made the card. I might have committed a cardinal sin. Oh boy. You know, I think it's happening because I killed his two friends. He's just pissed off at me. And now that I'm healing, he can't hit me. But as soon as I get the green light on it, he'll hit me again. Just you watch. Oh, crap. Okay, good. Sorry, my computer tabbed out, or I tabbed out to check the clock, and for a second there I thought I got stuck. Ooh, now I'm worried. Because I commented somewhere that Fen tokens aren't lootable, and now I might have to go all the way back to Calypso to double check. Because I could be wrong. I could have screwed myself over there. But I remember it did not say lootable in PvP. And as far as I know, everything that's lootable in PvP has the warning. This item is dropped in PvP areas. So I will have to... Ooh, I will have to check on that. You bastard. You only have one sweat left. Just let me grab it so that I can... Well, okay, I guess you have a vested interest in me not killing you after, but... Really? This is why sweating is frustrating. This is why I have respect for people who do this. And I know that there are a lot of people who bought, like, they'll stand around Boreas and they'll bot it. That I don't think is very cool, but as long as it's, you know, within terms of service, it doesn't matter. Could also be why, though, the sweat market is so crappy right now. I mean, there was a time when sweat was like 8-9 ped per. Whoa. You have now received a new objective with the waypoint of the first on 3 locations. What? Colonist jumpsuit. She visited these locations. You will receive instructions on how to upgrade your new colonist green issue jumpsuit. Okay. So wait, did I... I wonder if Arkadia uses the same jumpsuits that Calypso does, because I've already done the Calypso version of this, but you start with yellow on Calypso, so I don't know. And I haven't received anything. Or maybe I have to do that in order to... I bet that's the IFN jumpsuit. I bet that's the IFN jumpsuit, which I would be interested in. Even though it's, you know, just another jumpsuit. Oh, crap. Oh, did I freeze? Okay, we're actually going to take this guy out. So yeah, this is my obligatory sweating video. I promise I'll have something a little more interesting to watch next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. Again, please drop a comment. Tell me what I'm doing right. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I can't get better if I don't know what I'm screwing up. And then if anyone can double check, preferably without, you know, going out and deliberately getting shot down, are the Fen tokens dropped in PvP? Because I do not remember them. I know for a fact that in the description, at least when they first came out, it did not say this item drops in a PvP zone. And that's important. But I don't want to find out I was wrong and say, oh, everybody fly through space with your tokens. And the main reason is because, of course, the vendors on Calypso. Which is why I doubt that Mind Arc made them lootable, but since I have now put myself out there saying that they aren't lootable, I'm kind of concerned that I fucked it up. So, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. You all have a wonderful day.